Hello HEMA friends, answering to the choice you made with the last poll, today I will try to explain how to keep a good form during sparring and even tournament matches. Now, this topic is not simple at all, and I will go through different aspects of your training to explain this concept. The first one is the interpretation. Our fencing still, luckily or not, rely on interpretations. Those interpretations are made from the students themselves or from the instructors only. As you probably have seen if you follow me since quite a lot of time, doing good interpretations need quite a lot of information. I personally had to study the manuals themselves, modern fencing theory, anatomy and neurosciences basics, and also strategy manuals to reach my actual level of knowledge, which helps me a lot in understanding which action is possible to execute in a fight and which one it's not, with still a small margin of error. Having a good form in sparring starts from this first need. You need a good interpretation of the actions you are going to study. I remember about a guy who almost a year ago showed me an alternative to an action I was showing in one of my latest videos. But his alternative had too many stepping motions to be functional. Probably he had never executed this action in sparring, but still it was completely sure of his own interpretation of the manual. I have fallen in these same errors myself some years ago, practicing actions which can't work. That's normal in the evolution of our HEMA environment. So if this happens to you too, don't worry, keep studying, train hard, be honest with yourself, and everything will start to work out. The more your theoretical knowledge and your actual fighting experience increases, the more you will be able to understand what can work in a fight and what it will never work. So, what you have to do to understand if your interpretation of an action or the one of your instructor works well? First of all, you have to watch if anyone between you, your friends, or your instructor is able to carry out the inquired action even once in a while during a number of sparring matches. It may happen that a drilled action can work in a different situation than the one you drilled it for. This is a good information and will help you better understand how to train the action itself and for which kind of purpose. Instead, if you see the action work in the precise situation in which you have trained it for, that's perfect and you have to change nothing. But instead, if you don't see an action work out in months, then 9 out of 10 it may not work at all. Another way to understand if an action works or not is asking for the help of experienced people, or simply see if in a sparring video this or that good fencer pulls out this specific technique in the related context, in free sparring or in a tournament. So now let's assume that we have our interpretation which is working really well against great part of the opponents, because remember, not every action works against every opponent. We now see our action happening during the sparring, but it's always executed in a poorly way, or out of time, or not efficient enough. What we need to do in this situation? What we need is our second point, which is self-criticism. So we have to look at ourselves in a critical way, asking someone to shoot a video of some of our sparring actions and even exercises in which we execute our action which we want to improve. By doing so, we can analyze what is working and what isn't working in our action, be it footwork, edge alignment, body mechanics, or just the speed of our action. If you are still not sure about what is working or not, you can just do little experiments with minor changes and see what is happening if you change this or that thing. If you can't manage the situation alone, you can still ask someone more experienced than you for an advice about your work by sending your video. Maybe he sees in your action what you are still not able to see. To make you an example, years ago I have noticed that my parry with the false edge reverso, starting from dente de cinghiaro, was not that effective. So I analyzed the problem, and I have noticed that my parry was a pure sottano, which had problems to easily cross the line of the opponent's attack. So I had to change it middle way between a mezzano and a sottano, and it worked really well. Now I execute this action easily in sparring and in tournaments, and my students do it too. So, problem solved. So as you see, a minor changing in the form of the action can help you carry it out properly more and more. And with this we arrive to the third point. The third point is understanding that a proper form is also useful and not only beautiful. When I carry out most of my successful actions, I always notice that these are the ones which follows in a proper way what the Fior di Battaglia manual and my own interpretation of it ask me to do in that precise situation. It also happens that if I believe in my action and so in my training, the result is more clean, strong and quite good looking. That is in fact quite obvious, because a good edge alignment, a well exploited kinetical chain and a precise motion connected with a good understanding of the change of initiative are everything which is needed to have a cleaner form in fencing. One of the best training for your form is solo trading. My advice for this way of training is to train and improve the actions that you are already capable of putting out to improve in form, efficiency and consistency. Because remember, if you want to learn a new action, you need a partner. That's it. Now, solo drills are comprehensive of single actions training, training at the pel, test cuttings and flourishing. Use these tools to improve your form in these three aspects. First one, kinetic chains, the ability to use your whole body to carry out an action. Edge alignment, the ability to align the edge, or flat if needed, to execute precise cuts, beats and parries. And the third one is precision, the ability to move in and out of balance properly at the right time and in a clean way, and also the ability to stop and start your sword actions without unnecessary motions. Give yourself a goal for any one of these trainings and try to reach it. You may work on a ton of different things regarding balance, precision, body mechanics, etc. I will try in the future to do some more videos about solo drills to help you create your own training routine. After that, with the help of a partner, you can train two other useful aspects of your form. The first one is the form of your footwork under stress. You can do a variety of exercises to train your footwork in a more active or reactive way while trying to keep a good form during its execution. The second one is the understanding of the change of initiative, which is a complex topic that I have already partially explored in the video, which you may find linked in the video description and at the end of this one. I will analyze again this precise topic in a future video in which we will see some exercises to train this ability in a proper way. So, our conclusions are: to train our form, we need to be sure that the actions we are training works. Second, we need to be critical and see which part of our action need adjustments. Third, we have to believe in our training and we have to understand that a good form helps efficiency. Then, after that, we can start training our form in the ways we need more. To do so, we need a precise goal, an ideal of what we want to achieve as a form, and above all, dedication to the art itself. So guys, we are at the end of this video. I hope you will find it useful in some way. If you have any question, write it in the comment section. I will try to answer you when possible. We will keep exploring this topic in the future, as I anticipated above, to help you create your own training routine dedicated to the form of the actions. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to help this channel, subscribe to it and spread the video you like more around this social media network. If you want to support me even more, you can join my Patreon community, which will give you access to more technical videos, my vlog, the Swordsman of the Day, and a huge amount of articles and posts. Again, thanks for watching, and see you next time.